So, after over 6 months, the question is finally answered. Did Dream cheat in his speedrun? Well, how we found out was shocking. Just a couple hours ago, Dream made a Twitter post stating the following. Back in October-November of 2020, for the first time since when 1.16 had just released, I decided to try and speedrun 1.16 some to get a decent time. We had or were just about to switch Manhunt to 1.16 and I wanted to get practice for that, and then speedrun for a better 1.15 time, because my record on 1.15 had been beaten. After running for about a week, I got a 19-minute time. I started running 1.15 directly after, and a few days later there were some suspicions involving my streamed runs on 1.16. At this point, I was cooperative but upset and confused that I was being questioned. I provided all the information that I could, and assumed that everything was fine. As chatter grew, I was confused and the numbers didn't look to be in my favor. As time went on and many weeks passed, I grew more and more frustrated, convinced that I was being targeted due to the fact that I was a YouTuber and a couple of the mods, self-admitted, didn't like me at all and didn't have many kind words to say. I lashed out publicly, saying the investigation was a farce and expressing how pissed I was that I was being targeted and that it was taking so long, as the mods kept giving me deadlines and then missing them. This was terribly stupid of me to do. I regret it a lot and really wish that I had been able to keep my calm. Later that month, the speedrun team released a video and a document detailing why my 1.16 runs couldn't have been legitimate based on math and statistics. I admittedly don't know about math and statistics. I didn't go to college and I hated math my whole life. I felt like I had been publicly smeared in a way that I have no clue how to respond to. It scared me a lot. Shortly after that, someone gave me the idea to hire a professional statistician. I googled and I ended up finding 2 professors and I emailed them both. Only one of them was available to help. I told them that I didn't cheat, and that I just needed a second opinion on the math. Eventually the professor came back with a conclusion that the mods' numbers were off by a significant margin. People hounded me for it, saying that the astrophysicist was fake, but the mods confirmed it was legit. The mods came back with a response, correcting the professor and saying that he was off and providing reasons for why. Again, I don't understand complicated math, so I sent it directly to the professor asking for his thoughts. He came back admitting there were mistakes in his original assessment, although he still believed theirs was off. At this point I was lost, and I was fairly confused about the whole thing. As much as I was confident that I didn't cheat, I had never explored the option that I possibly did. Due to the way I reacted, I was convinced that they were out to get me. I didn't think straight. I ended up finding out that I had actually been using a disallowed modification during 6 of my live streams on Twitch. We were just starting to record videos on 1.16 and we had just hired a developer to help with coding mods for videos because me and George had no experience with mods-only plugins. One of the mods that they were working on was an overall recording mod that I have used in every video, with updates and improvements since around the speedrun controversy. In our challenge videos before 1.16, we always increased the Enderman spawn rates and pearl drop rates out of convenience, and we've mentioned that openly before. It makes the videos better because we don't spend hours looking for pearls blaze rods. When 1.16 came out, it was more complicated to increase piglin trades than it is to do Enderman pearl drops. A server-side plugin was made for our videos that slightly increases the rates. I had considered at the time that this potentially could have been a problem, but brushed it off because 1. Server-side and client-side are completely different, and as far as I was aware nothing had been done client-side. 2. As far as I knew it was just basically a chat mod so far, and 3. I was 99% sure that I didn't even have the recording mod on. I talked with the developer and ended up finding out that when working on the mod stuff, he had added the same improvements from our challenge servers to the client-side mod so that they would work in single-player for other, single-player mod videos. When I realized this, I felt an extreme sense of guilt and I took down my response video, not believing in what I said in the video at all anymore. I felt really terrible for the mods because I dragged them through the mud even though they were mostly right. I still feel as though the mod team was extremely unprofessional when dealing with it, but they're a group of volunteers just trying to do their job, and in their eyes I was some cheating sub-YouTuber who didn't care at all. It was an unfortunate situation where I felt like I couldn't defend myself anymore in good faith without feeling bad, but I also didn't have any intention of cheating. I'm not really sure what I'm expecting out of all of this, but I just felt like I had a huge weight on my shoulder and I want to get it off. I'm sorry to anyone that I let down or disappointed. I hope this brings some closure to anyone who needed it. I'm sure I'll talk about it more just for clarity's sake, but I want to avoid causing more drama. Please don't send any hate to the mod team or anyone involved in this situation. I don't want any more drama at all. You're no supporter of mine if you do. Dream. So yeah, Dream admits he was using a mod that increased Ender Pearl and Blaze Rod drops, intended to make his Minecraft Manhunt videos shorter and better. He was certain it was off, and so he lashed out without considering that he had the mod installed, and he admits it's his fault. And so, after 6 months, we finally have the answer. Did Dream cheat his speedrun? He did, unintentionally.